Now, as much as I can't put up much of an argument for Mafia 3's sake, I can put one up for Mafia 2. A truly fantastic game that I think is more than worthy of a spot on our Still Gold playlist. If you don't know what Still Gold is, I really can't explain it myself, but consider it something of a nostalgia trip if you want to. This is essentially me just messing about on a throwback, but then again, what would you expect from me? Anyways, let's get cracking with Mafia 2 is Still Gold. Every game starts off with it raining, that's just for dramatic effect, I'm sure. And our first shot of the protagonist is up here sparking up a grit. Now that's how you know the character's going to be great.
My name is Vito Scaletta. I was born in Sicily in 1925. That little guy's me. I'm standing there with my parents and my sister Francesca in front of our old house. I don't really remember too much about the old country, except that we were pretty hard up. And then one day my father decided it was time to move away. Away from Sicily. Across the ocean.
Now our boy here's got a duckbill hat on, or a flat cap if you will, so every time you see one of these I want you to comment a timestamp and comment Throp Build Crust.
To start a new life in America. Never in my life had I seen anything as fantastic as Empire Bay. It was beautiful.
Southport? There's a place called Southport in the UK. Funny thing is though, it's not in the south.
On the other hand, I'd never seen anything filthier, more disgusting than our new shithole of an apartment.
It is me, Big Dicko Trousers. I mean, the rest of the intro doesn't matter. Crimes. I commit crimes in my wet dreams.
Over time, Joe and I got to be best friends.
I like how we're just casually committing a crime and this Fed doesn't notice us.
Shit, we started a little business of our own.
There you are, sunshine. Obviously, Vito gets caught. That's just, yeah, plot. Next thing we know, Vito's fighting in the army in Sicily.
All right, Scaletta, take the shot.
Why is my aim so wank? So after getting back used to the controls, with it taking me 5 attempts to hit somebody with the gun, I immediately got bulldozed by a machine gun. You know, natural stuff. Happens all the time. Get back up, knock it off. My stomach's probably got about 50 rounds in it, but it's fine. I'll continue with the mission. In return for all the bullets in the stomach, I decided to gift that dickhead a grenade. Actually, the game decided for me. This is kind of the tutorial bit. Of course, next we came across a conveniently placed room full of munitions, and news just in, my aim is still shit. Somehow I still managed to kill everybody, and away we go. Is that a Throp Build Crust? Next we came across the room where the hostages are in, and I just killed the guy who's keeping them hostage, and then they got killed by a machine gun in another room. Typical. Obviously now we have to flank the guy with the machine gun, which turns out to be just another hot mess, but by some miracle at this point I didn't manage to get myself killed. Now it looks like I'm the one on the machine gun. Before long, along came some arsehole in a tank who immediately ruined my fun. But in the same respect, I'm pretty sure I just obliterated all of his mates to smithereens with a machine gun, so I think we're even. And then along came some friendly Italian man in another tank, and everybody just surrendered.
A few years later, the Nazis put a bullet in me. I was in the hospital for a bit. Then I got a month's leave so I could go home.
Vito! Over here!
This can't be good.
Joe!
Hey!
Nice car.
Comes with the territory. I know you're itching to get home, but first, let's get a beer.
Yeah, sure.
Next, we're finally in gameplay, but I can't do anything but look around because the car's being driven by that arsehole. But that's fine, because if I was driving, the car would already be on fire. And just before we actually got to our destination, the game crashed. That's an entire sequence of me not driving that I have to suffer again. After a bev with Joe, I got a taxi back to my home, my little shithole apartment with my mother. The reason why the gameplay is muted is because Let It Snow is playing, and for some reason, I can't turn it off. Before long, I found a random woman looking into a shop window and tried to mash every button to see if any of them would make me knock her out with my suitcase.
Hi, Mama. I'm back.
Vito. Vito, my boy. My boy's home. I thought I'd never see you again. Francesca and me, we wait.
Hey, sis, what's going
We
on?
wait for you.
Yeah.
Sit down. You must be hungry, Vito.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, but it looks like grease and meatballs. Come to think of it, the perfect Italian-American combination.
Francesca made you a special dinner.
Well, Francesca needs to learn how to fucking cook. Look at our boy, so Americanized that he's delighted at the sight of grease.
Wow, looks good, Frankie.
He's also a very good liar.
It's a shame your papa didn't live to see this. He would be so proud, Vito.
Yeah, sure.
Vito, you know better.
Sorry, Mama, sorry.
Of course, before we eat, we need to pray to the cloud people that definitely exist. Apparently, after eating food, Vito walks around like an absolute special case. Anyways, it's time for a sweet kip. I'm sure after going to sleep fully clothed, Vito is very surprised to wake up only in his undergarments.
Promise that you won't get in any more trouble with that, Joe.
I would make that promise, but the entire point of the game is getting into trouble with Joe, so...
I don't give a
sorry.
damn. I don't
We'll
care
get
if you
the
gotta
money.
sell
I
everything you
promise.
got. What the hell's going on here?
Vito!
You mind your business, asshole.
Oh, yeah?
We've only just stepped out of the house and we're already in a bit of a scrap, but that's fine, I'm a professional. I mean, it is my day off, but it's fine, this slaphead's gonna get banged either way, for I am going to knock him shitless. Okay, I guess we're doing this in turns, but it's fine, eventually I got the better of this bold twat and kicked his hat clean off.
That's right. Get the fuck out of here. You're gonna be sorry.
Whatever will I do? Cocaine Shrek has just threatened my sister. Well, I've just got back from the war to discover that my family's in debt, so I'm off to a great start. The only logical solution is crimes. So, off I went to see Joe. Crossing the road, I found myself being hit by a car twice. But it's fine, I can take a load of bullets to the stomach, so I can handle this too. After meeting Joe once more, he makes a naughty gesture to his elderly cleaner, and his cleaner is evidently shocked. That being said, later on I found her eavesdropping on some naughty business.
Oh, hi there.
What's the matter? Nothing good on the radio?
Mind your beeswax, kid.
What is that voice? How many cigs does she smoke in a day? Anyways, on the exit, I passed Joe at his front door, only to find him at the door to the apartment complex. Is Joe like a ghost or something? Does he even exist? Halfway down this diddy staircase, and Joe says, fuck the stairs.
Hey, you think I could,
What? Drive, Vito? The roads are icy. You ain't never drove a car before.
Fuck the highway code.
Hey, whoa, where you going? We ain't there yet.
Ah yes, sorry sir, I forgot. We need to drive right up to the place. My mistake. Does this lockpicking system remind anyone else of Oblivion?
You still feel like snagging that car?
you kidding me? Absolutely.
Well, here's your chance.
Yes, time to steal a car, boys. Ah, shit, of course there's a police officer right there. After escaping the police, the first thing that I did was get chased by more police. So after taking it around the block a few times, I managed to actually get it to the body shop where I changed the plate to Mr. Sir. So after acquiring the Sir-mobile, I was finally ready to amass a criminal empire.
Hey, is that a mirror in your pocket? Because I can see myself in your pants. If I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together.
Oh, come on.
Oh, this one never fails. Hey, baby, that's a nice outfit. It'll look good crumpled up at the foot of my bed in the morning. Hey, do you know the difference between sex and conversation? No? You want to go back to my place and talk? How about this one? Why don't we go back to my place and play house? You be the door and I'll slam you.
Oh, that was bad.
So, after suffering Joe's pickup lines, we finally had a job to go and steal another car. Just letting him know that I'm coming. Well, this is a disaster. Where did he come from?
Hey! Hey, what you doing, motherfucker?
Stealing the car. What do you think? In a bit, sweet sirs. I like how I'm being shot at by these gangsters, and there's a police car right there that chooses to do nothing. Does the law only apply to me then? Anyways, that was a job well done. Car was in about 60 pieces by the end, but the guy still paid me. I bet Joe must dread getting in a car with me.
Always got a scam going.
Don't worry about him, he'll be fine. So that night I kipped on Joe's kitchen couch. Now, I don't understand why he has a couch in his kitchen, but I'm honestly more concerned with how I woke up naked the next morning again. This is where I found Gretel, the insufferable cleaner, eavesdropping on some naughty business.
Oh, hi there.
Then I went outside and proceeded to shoot out people. Turns out half of the street is packing firearms. Well, there we go. So there we go, Mafia 2 is still gold. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you didn't, then oh well. Hopefully this proved as a nostalgia trip for those of you who have played this game, and those of you who haven't, hopefully it will convince you to go ahead and pick it up and give it a go. Anyways, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends, and if you want to, maybe consider subscribing, I'd really appreciate that. And if you wish to support the channel further, maybe consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/FishyYarpster. There'll be a link in the description, and here's a list of all those members who already have done. And it's not something for nothing either, you do get extra content. Anyways, I see no reason to detain you any further, so see you all very soon with another video at some point.